Welcome to the AARDY YouTube channel for travel tips. I'm Jonathan Breeze, the CEO, and today's topic, cheapest travel insurances. Well, travellers will naturally wish to find the cheapest travel insurances prior to their vacation or trip. Now let's look at the elements that should be considered by a value-conscious traveller. AM Best. Now we care about AM Best rating because this gives us the clearest indication as to whether the underwriting insurance carrier can meet its financial obligations to you, the customer. Now there is little point in taking trip insurance from a carrier who is financially weak. Too much risk to you, the traveller. Now at AARDY, we publish the AM Best ratings for each of our carriers. Within every quote there is a rating, and in our case every insurer we work with has an AM Best rating of at least A, which equals excellent. Then there's coverage. Well, where many inexperienced travellers get caught out is when they purchase a policy with inadequate coverage. Only when it comes time to make a claim does a customer realise they've been sold a policy that simply did not cover their realistic needs. Every insurance plan will have slightly different levels of coverage. In order to find one of the cheapest travel insurances, it is important to compare like for like. The coverage is not good value if it does not offer strong benefits. Expedia, for example, only offers one trip insurance on its site, so it is impossible for a traveller to compare, which means that a customer would not know if it is cheap or crazy expensive. Now, we have compared the Expedia travel insurance with the plans that we offer from our travel insurance carriers, and Expedia is one of the worst trip insurances that we have ever seen. Now, the Expedia trip insurance is both expensive and also has very low levels of coverage, really the very worst of both worlds. Then we move to price. Only now should we look at the price of a plan in order to assess if it really is one of the cheapest travel insurances. Now at AARDY, we list our plans by least expensive first, so we will not try to show you something that you do not need. Now broadly speaking, plans become more expensive when cancellation options are improved, so moving from basic cancellation to cancel for work reasons to cancel for any reason. Equally, increased medical benefits will have a direct increase on the cost of a flight or trip insurance. Now, what else? Well, older travellers are more expensive to insure than younger. Now, the more expensive your trip, the more expensive your trip insurance will be. Duration also matters. A longer trip is more expensive to insure than a shorter trip. There is a greater probability that you will end up with a medical visit if your trip is 3 months versus a trip that is only a day. So destination is also important. Some places are more prone to claims than others. Equally, some locations are more expensive to cover medical bills. For instance, the US is the most expensive of all countries. So this impacts the cost of a travel insurance plan. Our advice is to simply find one of the cheapest and best insurance plans for you is to compare on a marketplace like AARDY. You'll be comparing insurance plans from the leading travel insurance carriers in the country. You can see their financial stability via the AM Best rating, you can compare coverage, and more importantly, you can check and compare price. And each of the national travel insurance carriers will price differently, so you get to compare and choose the one that offers the best value for you. Safe travels.